It seems very realistic that the F-22 Raptor will be arriving to War Thunder in December of 2026. In a recent Gaijin post, they said that the first bit of 5th generation aircraft that we will see will not appear until the second half of next year. And it just makes sense that the first major update would be December 2026, and it just makes sense that that's when we'll see the F-22 Raptor. So the Raptor is very likely a candidate for that update, and I wanted to make a video talking about what it's going to look like in War Thunder and why I actually think Gaijin could have added the Raptor sooner. They obviously, they now have officially said that they won't, so it is going to be at least another year until we see the F-22. So the F-22 Raptor, if you guys are not super familiar with how it compares to other 5th generation aircraft, it is still, in real life, the best air-to-air aircraft the world's ever seen. It is more stealthy than the F-35 and has a better air-to-air radar than the Raptor, and has obviously is more stealthy than the F-35, than the F-35. So the F-22, in comparison, in War Thunder, its competitors are going to be things like the J-20 and the Su-57. The J-20 would be the only one that I would say is kind of close to the Raptor's actual capabilities. I think in War Thunder, Gaijin will artificially make the Su-57 more competitive, just so that it has a chance. I do think the Raptor shall probably be the greatest aircraft we see come to War Thunder, unless we see things like the FA-XX or the F-47 or anything like that. So what to expect from the Raptor initially, I think, will be just an early model at the start. So expect things like early AIM-120 versions, the AIM-9M, only 6 missiles. We'll get a later model that will indicate things like the AIM-9X, the head-mounted display, much more or better AIM-120s, and the addition of 8 air-to-air missiles. So it's very likely, the difference between the Raptors are just going to be that, hey, the early one gets the 9M, sits maybe a little bit lower BR, gets 2 less active radar homing missiles, has less cast capability, does not get an HMD, and then obviously a later version that will get the HMD, get the 9X, get improved AIM-120s, get access to the HMD system, and have just better air-to-ground capabilities in general. It's going to be very hard for Gaijin to come into War Thunder and actually model the Raptor correctly, so I do think they're going to have to take some gambles with the aircraft, especially the F-22, and just kind of guess on things. But the issue is, I think the big thing for them is taking what we know about the F-22 Raptor, knowing that it is the best aircraft in the world right now for air-to-air missions, and then integrating that to War Thunder. And I know a lot of people think it's going to be really hard to do. I honestly don't. I think it's pretty simple. Gaijin gives the Raptor a very good air-to-air radar, make it be able to see stealth at XYZ amount of range, maybe a bit better than something like the Su-57. Give it, very good stealth, at least frontally, and there you go. You already pretty much have the recipe for the majority of the Raptor. And the big thing is, how are they going to want to model stealth? They can model radars to where they just can't physically see the aircraft at XYZ range. They can model, and that's honestly what I think they should do. Give radars like, hey, you can maybe see the F-22 at 30 miles, you can't shoot it until 15 miles, or whatever range they want. I mean, they can make that up as much as they really want to do. And they can also change, like, hey, if it's side on, you're going to see it easier. If it has its weapon bay open, you're going to see it easier. Things like that, and that is, pretty realistic. Right now, the F-117, which is another very stealthy aircraft, it's not modeled in War Thunder properly. And Gaijin, like they said, they want to add more features to the game before adding 5th gen, which is fair. We want to see things like electronic countermeasures. That's a big thing, especially for things like the F-35. They want to probably, introduce the 9X on other aircraft, even though I don't think we'll see a Raptor that has the 9X for a while. But just to get kind of, limit the playing field or make the playing field a little bit more fair, I actually personally think we should see all of the 4th gen and 4.5 and 4+ generation aircraft come to the game before the Raptor, before 5th gen. I mean things like, I want to see like the Super Hornet F Block 3. I want to see maybe even the F-15EX. And this will actually allow Gaijin to bridge the gap between 4.5 generation aircraft to 5th gen. Because the thing would be, hey, 5th gen has stealth, but it has worse weapon systems than you. And that is the case until we see things like the later F-22 and F-35. But for the starting F-22, I mean, we could very much see a J-20, F-22, and, Su-57 come to the game all in early, bunch. I don't think that's what Gaijin will do, personally, because they want to probably give every nation stealth, or at least 5th gen, and they can only do that with introducing the F-35. And then it kind of comes into, hey, does the F-22 get modern systems? Do we have an early version? Do we get a late version? It is all up in the air. I don't want to spend so much time circulating on what if, though, because, we don't know. They haven't said anything. I don't want to say, hey, this is what's going to happen, and then them not do it, which is very likely. I don't like when that content's made. I mean, realistically, this video is just kind of showing that Gaijin has said that when we'll see 5th generation, or when we can start to see it, is in the later half of 2026. I don't actually know if that would include the summer update. I don't think it would. So I'm just going to assume, with the knowledge that they've given us, that it makes a lot of sense that we would see the Raptor, or at least see 5th gen, dropping in December of 2026. That's what, that's pretty much what they have said. So that leads me to assume that we're going to see the addition of the Raptor then. And it leads me to assume that, since the F-22 is the most noted 5th generation aircraft in the world, we'll see it probably alongside, or definitely we'll see it alongside the J-20 and the Su-57. And I could not imagine not seeing it come alongside the F-35. Because really all Gaijin could do is they could give the F-35 some very good weapon systems, give them really good radars, but make them, easier to see on, against like the Raptor. Like the Raptor could see the 35 first, get first shot capabilities. I could make a 20-minute video talking about it. I don't want to make a 20-minute video talking about it, at least not yet, because we don't know. That's just what my thoughts are. Where I'm assuming is we're going to see the Raptor in December 2026. That's going to be a big thing. I think that's a fair thing to assume. I don't know why they wouldn't. I'm imagining we will see it in 2026. There's no... Because they said it will come, earliest we can see it is the second half of 26. They would probably just say, hey, you can see it in 27, but they didn't. They said the second half of 2026, which just makes sense to fall in line with the December update, because they like to do major updates in that time frame, that and the summer update. So just let me know what your guys' thoughts are, please, down below in the comments. If you guys are not already subscribed, please consider hitting that like button and subscribing. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers, and it really helps out the channel. Make sure to join the Discord that's linked down below in the description. We're trying to get to 10,000 or 1,000 members there, and it's a lot of fun. Let me know your thoughts, please. And also, I really want to know, do you guys think that we'll see 2 or more F-22 Raptor versions? I could see 4, honestly. But I think we'll see, at least bare minimum 2. We'll definitely see 2. But I just want to know what your guys' thoughts are. Make sure to comment down below. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Let me know if you're excited for 5th gen next year. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Hope you guys enjoy this one, and I'll see you